All right. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to get going here, and we're going to talk about Shavuot in the temple. Okay? We'll get the kids going over there. There we go. So we're going to talk about Shavuot in the temple. And it is important for us to understand that Pentecost was a very important event in the Bible. But sadly, many people are not really considering the ritual that took place in the temple in order to celebrate Shavuot, Pentecost. They want to celebrate Pentecost, but they don't want to understand how it was done when you got to the temple. Now, we know that temple teachings is not the most popular one because we've been taught that the temple is no longer relevant. And how can you understand a lot of the things in the New Testament if you do not consider the temple as a backdrop to the events that happened? For example, the person who was healed in the pool of Siloam, how they will go up to present the first fruits in the temple. It is a commandment. You have to show up, to 3 times a year to celebrate the feast. But it's interesting, not all of Israel can go because they have regular jobs. And we know Shavuot was a special Sabbath, right? So therefore, what we have is they had a mechanism in which they had a representative from each district to go to Israel, to go to the temple. We're going to talk about this as we go along. Now, I want to show you something that I use. This is my methodology. This is not Kabbalah. Stop the nonsense, please. People going around saying that I'm teaching Kabbalah because it's a methodology. It's a methodology. Every school, every high school, every business uses the spheres to show you a principle. It's a chart. Oh, my Lord. I mean, people, seriously. It's like, Rico's teaching Kabbalah. Look at that. Looks just like the Sefirot. No, not even close to it. Okay? So what I do is, and see on the far right, you see what is called my educational ladder. Now, the reason why I developed this methodology, every single one of the spheres that we see there are topic areas that I studied. I went back to college to get my master's in biblical history and biblical theology. I have a bachelor's in ancient Near East. That doesn't mean anything. It just means that I like to study, And what it is a lot of the people who were asking me, hey, how do you make the connections? You seem to make connections with different things. And the reason why that is, for the last 16 years, I've been studying different areas. For example, I've studied covenants since 2010. Structure of covenant, oath in a covenant, treaty formats. I read the Code of Hammurabi, the Laws of Eshnutna, the Hittite covenants. Every ancient covenant I can get my hands on, I read it to compare to the Torah and the differences and why I follow Torah. Okay? Then, righteousness and justice. In the book of Psalms says, righteousness and justice is the foundation of God's throne. When I read that verse, and it was based on a book that I read from Moshe Weinfeld, that is called Righteousness and Justice in the Ancient Near East and Israel. That book completely revolutionized my understanding because up to that point, I was reading and researching the Torah, all the commandments, the cultural background, comparing it to every other ancient document. And I found that because they lived in the same geographical areas, and they lived according to certain geographical similarities, a lot of the laws were the same. And this is the reason why many people say that Moses was plagiarizing, things in the Bible. They don't realize that New Zealand, I've been to 38 countries, New Zealand, Canada, Australia, even England, and those places, you have very similar laws as the United States. Because they're a little bit more like republics and the same influences. You follow? Now, the way they execute law in different countries differ. But by and large, a lot of the same things. So when I began to look at, I asked the question, and it was based on the commandment in the Hammurabi Code and a commandment in the Torah, in which is exactly the same one. What if an ox gores a person? Well, when I go back and I'm thinking, wait a minute, did Moses plagiarize the Bible? Well, no, it was an agricultural society. They all have the same problem. An ox in Mesopotamia will do the same thing as an ox in Israel. So how do you deal with what happens if the owner knows that this ox is actually very aggressive and it kills somebody, or it attack a person, and now you told them, hey, please take care of your ox, and you don't do anything, and now that ox kills this person. Then what to do? Well, the Torah gives you the answer, as God wants you to handle it. But in the Hammurabi Code, it will tell you, well, if the guy has money, it's like a slap in the wrist. If he has no money, kill him. So it was the way that you execute judgment. The difference is between God's ways and the way that they did it in the ancient world was how you execute judgment and justice. So that, with that being said, the verse in Psalm 89 that says, righteousness and justice is the foundation of God's throne, I ask a logical question. Then how does the creator of the universe define his righteousness? And that's what changed everything. That's when I knew that I actually stumbled to the key to understand why the gospel that Yeshua brought is better, the good news, than the Roman gospel. By the way, the word gospel was a secular word. Evangelion. It was known in the Greco-Roman world that when an emperor was enthroned, when an emperor took power, when he conquered, when he destroyed, when he murdered, when he persecuted, when he eliminated populations to become a powerful emperor, what did he do? He brought good news. Hey guys, you need water. Okay, so I'm going to have running water come through your city. And by the way, I'll make your city an imperial city. That means you have to worship me, and I'll build you temples and gymnasiums and even a sidewalk so you can walk and you don't go in mud. Oh, good news! We have running water. To them, good news was simple. Build me toilets, give me water, build me a house, and I'll support you. That's what every politician does. Except they don't do anything about it. Right? It's exactly the same thing. So therefore now, when the good news is when the gospel, the book of Luke, Mark, John, and Matthew, when they're talking about the good news, they're making a contrast. The good news that God brings by sending his son to execute righteousness and justice. Doing what? By not manipulating you, but by giving you what you need. You hungry? Food. You sick? Healing. You're dead? Resurrected. The ultimate message, the ultimate good news. That death no longer has power over you. The gospel now became easier to understand because it's about God's righteousness compared to the world's definition of righteousness. Just like honor and shame. I had the privilege to go to a major honor and shame conference in Chicago. 5 of the top 7 honor and shame scholars were there in the world, were there. Okay? And it was one of great honor because I had the privilege to teach on a breakout session. And all showed up to my class. There were only like 35 people in my breakout session, and 5 of them were them. And I'm going, wow, I got the privilege to put my thesis in front of the leading authorities of the honor and shame in the world. It was great. Whether they like me or not is irrelevant. The point, I had the privilege to do so. You know? And so we were in a breakout group because we would do a teaching. There was a guy who would do a conference. Then we would go on a breakout session and discuss what he talked about. And then people were from all over the world. Yes?
What is that organization?
I don't remember right now. I don't remember. Honor and shame is a topic in the Bible. It's a biblical topic. Honor and shame. Crucifixion is shameful. You know, when God exalted Yeshua to his right hand, he is now giving him honor. Joseph, when he went into the pit, is shame. Then when he became second in command, honor restored. Restoration of honor. Death is shame. Resurrection is honor.
So this is a group that's dedicated
To the study? Right. To the study of honor and shame, but only in the New Testament. They connect the Old, but they don't really focus a lot in the Torah. I've done the opposite. I started from Genesis. Now, there's some scholars that do talk about it from Genesis. I'm not saying they don't all do, but they don't really focus because they're trying to focus in the New Testament. So, when I'm in the breakout, group here, I have people from different countries. We have people from Turkey, Christians from all over the place. And we had a person from Asia. And I'm sitting there, believe it or not, I stood quiet for 40 minutes. I didn't say anything. I'm just listening. I'm amongst these guys, and the group that were there, they're just regular people, talking about the subject. And one person says, we just do not know how to try to influence the people from Asia about, honor and shame. And I'm thinking, they call it worldview, the honor and shame worldview to them. And I said, can I say something? I said, they already understand the motif of honor and shame. Their worldview understands honor and shame. The Japanese know what that is. The Asians know what that is. Why don't you now describe God's definition of honor and shame? Because they already understand it. America no longer understands honor and shame. If we did, Biden would not be president. Okay? You follow what I'm saying? He would have been held accountable a long time ago. Shameful. Like they did Pete Rose, remember? Now they do the opposite. Oh, you bet on baseball? No problem. Just keep playing. No big deal. Bring us money. You know what I'm saying? So the whole idea is honor and shame. So when you understand covenants, righteousness and justice, honor and shame, now you have a new creation motif. Like immersion is a new creation motif. From converted from Gentile to the Commonwealth of Israel is a new creation. Accepting the covenant, the confession of faith, it's a new creation. That's why the children of Israel, when they went to Mount Sinai, what did God tell them? Tell Israel to wash themselves and then come near. Separate themselves for 3 days. It's a new creation. When Joseph was taken from the jail and they shaved and they washed them, they put new garments, new creation, new status. When the high priest and his sons, they needed to wash their bodies and wash their garments, and they put garments on them as part of the enthronement, investiture. That's a new creation. It's a new creation. It's everywhere in the Bible, but we never consider looking into it. It's not something we really pinpoint. Genesis. Walking through the Red Sea was new creation motif. Getting to Mount Sinai, new creation. Going to the River Jordan, new creation. But once I understood, everything starts making connections. But everything is on the premise of a covenant. You cannot have God's righteousness, God's honor, God's new creation ability without being in covenant with God. That's why the covenantal oath is so important. That's why normally the marriage process is the woman holds herself, pure until the day of marriage, until she hears that the husband to be took the oath of loyalty to know what you're getting. Giving your body to some guy that you're not going to get anything in return. Then he keeps walking his own way. He's not going to honor you in any way. And then you become pregnant and you have a father to take responsibility. Therefore, back in the day, that was shameful. Now it's the normal. That's why we have chaos. Because God's structure is covenantal in nature. Right? Chaos and order. You notice there's chaos outside the spheres. Outside the spheres in red, you see chaos, death, exile, rebellion. I call that the realm of death. That's outside the covenant. You have the realm of death. Okay? God is trying to bring us into sacred space. But inside the covenant, you have chaos and order. Now, the chaos outside the spheres is the chaos that death causes. There's no restoration from that. The chaos and the order within the spheres is obedience and disobedience. The chaos that you call upon yourself when you willfully, rebelliously turn against the commandments. Disobey, you have the curses. You obey, you have the blessings. So we have the power to create order and chaos because we came into a covenantal relationship. When I understood this, I would never allow anybody saying, well, God send the curses. No, no, no. When you enter the relationship, the curses and the blessings were outlined for us. You never read the fine print. That's why I don't look for a demon to be attacking anybody in every corner. Because half the time it's your own consequences that you open the door. If you close the door with obedience, the enemy has no power over us. You see? Then once you understand that the whole purpose of a covenant, God giving you his righteousness, restoring your honor because you were supposed to die and now you live, and now he makes you a new creation. You go from old to new, from immoral to moral. Then he creates order in your life and he gives you the choice to obey the commandments so that order is upon your life and your family. Then he makes you sacred space. Then he says, will you please celebrate Shabbat for me? When you celebrate Shabbat, you are proclaiming God, your King and your Redeemer. And like I said Friday, you get to pray for your children, for your wife, for your daughters, for your sons, and you do the Kiddush. The Kiddush is not the blessing of the wine or the bread. That's part of the Kiddush. The Kiddush is the blessing that you do to proclaim God as your King, as your Creator, and as your Redeemer. And Israel has the privilege to but to proclaim God as the one who did all that on Shabbat. People take it lightly. 90% of people within the Hebrew roots do not know what the Kiddush really is. And I like to share with them a little bit better what it is. You know, because when we do the Kiddush, every Jewish person around the world, when the sun goes down on a Friday night, they open the Kiddush. Even the secular ones in Jerusalem. Because I've been in their houses. They're secular. They could care less about observing the Torah like the Orthodox. When the Sabbath comes, the sun goes down, the food is ready, they put their kippah, bring out the siddur, and they do the Kiddush, and they honor God because God says, sanctify the Sabbath. Interesting. The ones that don't care about the observance as you do, they do the one thing correctly that we don't do. Because we're just not understanding sacred space. When we understand sacred space, this ritual is a rite of passage from darkness, from chaos, from the common to the most holy. It's not like we're trying to be Jewish. We are doing what God says in Exodus 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath and consecrate it. But he didn't tell you how to do it. Everyone can have their own definition of consecrating of the Sabbath. So that fell under the authority of the Grand Assembly, the Great Assembly. Once you understand that through a covenantal relationship, God gives you righteousness, honor, you makes you a new creation. Paul talks about this. Now we are a new creation in Messiah. Now you have order in your life and you become sacred space by keeping the Sabbath, keeping the feast, and doing the commandments. Now you enter through moral behavior. We cannot do ritual purity because there's no temple. So if there was a temple, it will require moral purity and ritual purity to enter the temple. Today, there's no temple, but everyone can live around the world regardless whether there's a temple or not, moral purity. Every single one of us are ritually unclean. Every single one of us. But we can all be morally cleansed. Now, Cornelius was morally cleansed, but he was a Gentile, ritually unclean. And the Spirit of God came on Cornelius when he was ritually unclean, but he was morally clean. That says a lot. Okay? How many of you have ever studied the difference between moral purity and moral impurity in the Bible? Do that and it will change your life. And many of us hold theologies from church that is actually ritualistic in nature and we think is actually moral. And then we blame the Jews saying they're too extremists. We're doing the same. Because we have interpreted the Bible in certain ways because we live outside from its environment. Next. Inside the spheres you find life, holiness, order, and Eden. The whole purpose of God is to return to Eden. The feast is to return to Eden. Now, so every single one of the spheres I've studied for a time. You know, covenants I've studied for a whole bunch of years. Righteousness and justice, I'm still studying it. Okay, on my website, Wisdom and Torah, I did a whole year's Torah portion just on the context of honor and shame. On the context of righteousness and justice. On the context of covenants. So therefore, you can follow the whole year only in the context of that theme. That's how deep it is and how much information. Every story in the Bible, almost, let me go 98% of every story in the Bible, every narrative includes either any one of those spheres. Let's put it to a test. Give me one biblical narrative. One Bible story. Anyone.
Woman at the well.
The woman at which one? Because you have, you remember, we have the Samaritan woman, then we have Rebecca. You see, so I need to know which one. There we go, Samaritan woman. Okay, So you have a woman who is actually of the northern tribes. Mixture. Okay? Because of moral impurity, they were exiled. Because they broke the covenant. That's why the 10 tribes went into exile. Not all the 10 tribes went into exile. The Assyrians sent people to Israel and they mingled amongst them. So that brought shame. They're no longer a true lineage. Okay? Now, God extends righteousness and he sent his son in order to encounter a woman that the 5 husbands represented the kingdoms that the northern kingdom have worshipped. By being loyal to the other kingdoms that have conquered Israel, they have basically transgressed the covenant with God because you shall have no other gods and you not submit with anybody else. I just covered covenant, righteousness, and justice, and honor. Now, her approaching Yeshua at a well, just like Sarah and Rebecca, I think Rebecca mainly. I don't remember Sarah, but Rebecca. Who else at the well? Moses' wife. Zipporah was also at the well. So there's a motif in the Bible about the women at the well. And what does that mean? And every single one of them have been influenced by paganism. Because Rebecca was not an Israelite, he was not a Jewish woman. And the wife of Moses was not a Jewish woman either, or Hebrew women. And then the Samaritan woman was mixture of holy and profane. And her condition, what was her condition?
She was married 5 times.
Exactly, committed idolatry and adultery, which is a transgression of the covenant. In order for her to be back into the covenant, become a new creation, she had to recognize whom God has sent to bring her back to the covenant, which was Yeshua. That means she needs to become a new creation. And that restores order in her life by being accepted into the kingdom, which now makes her sacred space. You see? So then once I do all the stories, I follow my methodology. And I look at a story and said, okay, what sphere would I want to look like? So let's say I have a Bible study. And I want to do a Bible. And I've done this, by the way. Currently, right now in Spanish, I have 20 students that every week I do this. You see every single one of the spheres? Okay, and then we have the educational ladder. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 13 students that I have that they do a 10-minute video. And they are assigned a sphere every week. And at one of the ladders. So that means if I want to have a study here, I'll say, okay, guys, so next week we're going to have the Torah portion. You're going to cover it in the context of covenants. You will do it in righteousness and justice. You in honor and shame. You in new creation, chaos and order. Then you will do it in the archaeological perspective. You will do it with cultural background, historical context of the temple, and you're going to have a really cool Bible study. Because now it's ordered. You can do that with your kids. And now everyone brings something to the table, and then the next week you switch it. The person who covered covenants now covers righteousness and justice. And you rotate it. Through 1 year, each person is going to be able to study the Torah portion from a different perspective. And they have to listen to everybody else because it's the same Torah portion. And that's how you learn. That's why my students have really taken off in Spanish the last 3 years. Because now they're not focusing on their own interpretation. Now we concretely tell them, go from this perspective, but you feel free to see something else. And then when you teach on covenant, they never thought about something. Ooh, can you share that resource? Now we are exchanging and studying. We're not arguing every Sabbath. Today, Sabbath observance and studies is always an argument. I got tired of that. I want to develop something. So when I sit here and I have a tough time trying to figure out which way I'm going to present it, I say, okay, I've studied archaeology, so how can I bring to the table something in archaeology that you may be able to complement the teaching? Or a cultural context. I did that yesterday. In the study, I cover basically everything. I don't know if you follow, but if you go back and you think of what I said yesterday afternoon, I cover the majority of my methodology. That's how I'm able to go from one subject to the next, because I'm trying to connect you with like different themes. So now you go, hey, I never thought about that. Hey, I never thought about that. So it's a methodology, okay? That's all it is. So you go from biblical archaeology, cultural context, historical context, geographical context. Oh, Lord. Let me give you an example. Go to Jeremiah 18, please, real quick. Jeremiah 18, as you find that, I'm going to continue here. It says geographical context, context of the temple. This week's Torah portion and the observance of Pentecost is based on the temple context. They talk about Ruth. That's historical context. Right? Then you have about the commandment in Exodus 24, I think it is. And that's biblical context. Then you have the temple ritual. That's temple context. You see? So we're covering all these things. That's how I wanted you to get an idea how I teach. Because some, like my sister was saying, she was trying to follow me. But if you understand what I use, even though I have an accent and I talk fast, but you follow the methodology, you're able to track. Based on what you told me, that's why I'm doing this. Because if you tell me, hey, I couldn't follow you, and it's true, some people at the beginning have a tough time. I get all excited. But if I give you the key of how I study, that will at least lend you an opportunity to follow along which way I'm going. Is that okay? All right. They're teaching the kids, they'll love this. Like, for example, my son is coming up with a game. He gave me an idea. He makes that like a board game. By the way, this is copyrighted. All right. He has a board game, and you take lots. You have to have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you go like this, and whichever number comes in, that's the sphere you want to cover the Torah portion. He does that with the youth of the congregation we were going to. You know? It's kind of cool because it keeps everybody interested. All right. So, Jeremiah 18. Can you read it for me real quick?
The whole chapter?
No. Just only the first few verses.
Of 18,
Yeah, go ahead.
chapter
Yeah.
18?
Yes.
Okay.
Jeremiah 18.
Okay. The word which came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Arise and go down to the potter's house, and there I...
Okay, stop. The word that came from the Lord to Jeremiah saying, go down to the... That's a geographical direction. So where the question is, where, when, why, how come? Where is he? Who is he? Who is Jeremiah? See, today I'm taking the time to share something about Pentecost, but I want to get you out of your regular comfort zone. I want you to start thinking about questions. How, where, when, how come, why, all those things. That's what I do when I teach. Okay, so why is he, who was Jeremiah? Yeah, he was a prophet. Did you know that 98% of all the prophets were priests? We don't know about Elijah, but everybody else, think about it. Isaiah, priest. Ezra, priest. Jeremiah, priest. Because they're the mediators. They were the connectors of people. So the prophets, Nathan, he was a priest. They were all priests. In the Bible, they were all priests. Because they were chosen to mediate between God and man. Now, when the priests were no longer being obedient, God chose somebody else to do their job, which was a shameful thing for them.
High priest or just
Priest. Okay? Now, Jeremiah was a priest of the line of Abiathar, which were exiled by Solomon because Solomon was exiled by Solomon because Abiathar supported Adoniah during the time of David instead of supporting Solomon. Now, that goes historical account. Now, you read half a verse, and I'm already giving you a 5 minutes explanation on that. You see? That doesn't mean that I'm smarter than you. It means that I'm following a methodology. I'm asking the question, why this guy? Who is this guy? Where is he? Well, then you go to Jerusalem and you find out that the priest lived in the upper city. It was near the temple in the upper city. If you know the geography of Jerusalem, you know that you got to go down to the pool of Shiloh. So where's the potter's house? That's the next question. He's telling you go down. Well, if you go to Jerusalem, then you know the only way to go down is to the Hinnom Valley or to the Shiloh, which is a quarter mile from the Temple Mount going down south. So even outside the walls, you have what is called the corner of the. Let me show you. I have a map right here. I have the corner. You see right there. You follow the cursor on the where the little red arrow is. You follow do you see my cursor? Okay, that right here is the Kidron Valley and the Hinnom Valley. Right over here were the gardens of the kings. Huge gardens there because of the water and the blood that proceeded from the temple was mixed with the torrent from the Kidron Valley that once existed there, a brook. And then there was very fertile area, right? And it's in the southeast. Over here, follow the cursor. So this is the west, the southwest, and this is the east, and this is the south. So The potter's house was right in this area. You see it? It's in the southeast corner. I got some, thank you. So, over here, it was the most cursed place in Jerusalem. You know why? Because in the Hinnom Valley, follow the cursor, you see where the little three rows are over there? When you go down, there they used to worship Moloch. They used to do sacrifices to Moloch in that area. And it's interesting, the word Moloch, historical account, the word Moloch is the three letters of the word Moloch is exactly the three letters for the word king in Hebrew, Melech. So they took the word of, I got to be careful how I say this, Boshet, which is shame. And they took the vowels and they put it under the three letters of Moloch, like Melech, okay? So it will say Moloch instead of Melech, king. Because it's a contrast between the king of Israel versus the king of the underworld that was Moloch. Get it? One is one of the most south area of the temple where the trash was being burned 24 hours a day. Gehenna. That's what Gehenna was. So now it's interesting. You're saying, well, who cares about this? Thank you so much. Who cares about this? Why do we need to know all this stuff? Well, we do because Judas Iscariot, he died in Blood's field. That happens to be the exact same area. So the place that was most cursed was the place that Jeremiah was told to go down to the potter's house, and the potter's house was actually located in the area that was most cursed on the earth. And you see congregations calling themselves a potter house. I just follow the whole methodology on that one verse. You see? All right, so when we go into this week's the teaching that I have for you today, which is pretty much, hold on, give me a second. Oh, it's right here. It's about Pentecost. I'm going to start with Acts chapter 20, verse 15 and 16. Specifically, verse 16. So, for Paul had decided to sail past Ephesus, which is actually Asia Minor, or modern-day Turkey, the west side of Turkey, so that he would not have time spending time in Asia. When it says Asia, it's considered Turkey, modern-day Turkey. It's a district. So when you go to 1 Peter, when you go to 1 Peter, there we go. 1 Peter, when you read the first verses, to the pilgrims of the dispersion, he's talking to the Israelites and Jews in Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Those are not towns. Those are districts within all of Turkey. Main districts. How many of you did not know that? Okay, I learned that too, so it's kind of cool. Because when you learn that they're districts, now they're big pieces of area. Now it's interesting that one of the kings of the Macedonian kingdom, when he defeated the Persians, he moved 2,000 families from Babylon to the area of Pontus and Bithynia and Galatia. 2,000 families, like 10,000 people. And then they sprouted, really fast throughout all of Turkey. There was a huge Jewish population in Turkey at the time. That's why they went so much over to those places. So Paul says, and Paul had decided to sail past Ephesus so that he would not have any spend time in Asia. For he was hurrying if it could be possible for him to be in Jerusalem on the day of Pentecost. By the way, you will not do, today is easy to get there. I could leave tonight, I could be there tomorrow sometime in the afternoon. Okay? But back then it was like a week on the ship. And if you're taking a road, either walking or a donkey or a horse, it will take you more than a week. It will take you a while because you walk 12 miles a day. The normal was walking 12 miles a day. All right? And they have roads that take you there. So, please understand that he's not leaving here one day to get there. And if he gets there, he's not leaving the next day after it's over. So more than likely, he's going immediately right after Passover. Gives you 45, 50 days to get there to Shavuot. Okay? So when you look at the verse, you don't think about the geography. You don't think about the time. Maritime travel. The ships. Still there to this day. They still use them today. The same routes and everything. Okay? I got a question for you. Historical account. Why is Paul hearing if it was possible to go to Jerusalem for Pentecost. Can you keep Pentecost if you don't keep Passover? No. Because you have to keep Passover to begin the count to Pentecost. You got to count the Omer. There has to be a ritual in the temple that sets off the days of the Omer, by the way. You don't start counting the Omer the day after Passover just like that. You have to have a temple ritual in which they have to roast it in the temple and present it on the altar, present it in the temple before you count the Omer. That's a temple protocol, and everyone asks and argues about when is the beginning of the counting on the Omer, and hardly ever, in all the arguments that I've watched, hardly ever I ever see people citing the temple ritual that sets off the counting. That's why when I learned this, the ritual, I stopped the argument. I know when I keep it now. Because all of Jews are keeping the line according to the way of the ritual was done in the temple. That's why I don't have an argument. If you follow a different day, that's up to you. But if you don't know the ritual that sets off the counting in the temple, then why are you keeping a different day? It's, again, understanding the temple allows us to come into order. Okay? All right, so now Paul, we have evidence a whole bunch of years after Yeshua died and resurrects. This happened years after Yeshua died and resurrected. Minimum 20 years. So when somebody says that the law is done away with and we don't have to keep the feast, if you're a Christian, then you have to present this verse. Why is Paul following the day of Pentecost almost 25 years after Yeshua died and resurrected? Now you have a historical account. So if you don't believe in the New Testament, you have to look at it from a historical perspective because it's historically accurate. Does that make sense? I'm trying to give you a different perspective of my teaching today. It's not a rah teaching. You have a good group here, and I want to make it more like an educational type thing. Yes, sir. A little louder so they can hear you here.
Here's something I was thinking about the last couple of days. If we are not permitted to celebrate the other feast days anytime we want to, why is it that when it comes to Passover, which was observed once a year, we can serve it anytime we don't call it Passover. We call it the Lord's Supper. But we can do that anytime we want to. It seems that we would be obligated to keep that in God's timing as well as everything else.
Well, the thing is, yeah, because what they call the Lord's Supper is actually Passover.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's done only once a year.
Yes.
When Yeshua says, when you do this in remembrance of me. So what was he doing? He was doing Passover. Except that now, by the way, did you realize that, have you ever read the regular traditional Haggadah, the Seder that you use on Passover? I'm talking about the traditional one that you use, that every Orthodox uses when they do the Passover Seder. It's interesting because the meal is in the middle of the Seder. We change it to the end. No, it's in the middle. And it's in the middle for a reason. It's a covenantal meal. So they tell you that you go through the beginning of the telling of the story. And when you tell the story, they stop and then go eat. Because it's a covenant. You're ratifying the covenant that God delivered you from Egypt. In other words, from death. And he's going to give you redemption, get you into the promised land, which is Eden, right? But then when you read the margin of the traditional Orthodox Haggadah, it tells you the beginning of the story of the redemption of Exodus focuses on the story of the first redemption. From this moment on, after the meal, the theme changes to looking forward to the Messianic age. The whole thing in the Seder is talking about the first and second coming of Messiah. So when Yeshua said, when you do this in remembrance of me, I know exactly the day and the point of the Seder he was following. Because after that, he is actually correlating that his work of redemption is to redeem people from death, not from Egypt. That's why we have the first Exodus and the last Exodus. I agree. But we also need to look at the language of the commandment. For example, Exodus 23, verse 14 and 17, to go along what you just said. Many people know it's like Passover, then you have Shavuot, then you have Tabernacles. But those three celebrations also have different names. They have different themes, okay? 3 times a year you shall hold a festival for me. You will keep the feast of unleavened bread. Passover is not really a feast. It's unleavened bread. You have the meal on the night of the first day of unleavened bread. Okay? For 7 days you will keep the unleavened bread as I commanded you at the appointed time. That means no one can change it. It's an appointed time. Okay? And by the way, it's a chukah. Have you ever studied that word in Hebrew? Chukah. It's a chok. It's a decree. No one can change anything that God decrees. If you do, you have problems. In the month of Aviv, because in it you came out of Egypt, and no one will appear before me empty-handed. And you will keep the feast of harvest. You see? So that means that Passover is also known as unleavened bread. And then Shavuot is now the feast of harvest. Which harvest? There's 2 harvests in the spring. You have the barley and then you have the wheat, correct? So now you have the story of Ruth. Historical account of a pagan woman who believes in the God of Israel, does righteousness and justice, and accepts the covenant, and God gives her honor. She becomes a new creation by going to the house of bread. She had chaos, and now she has order being restored, and God made her sacred space because he gave her Boaz. I just follow the methodology. Right? Make sense? So therefore now you have a transition. If you know the feast and the harvest, then you know that the story of Ruth is actually happening within a 50-day period. From Passover to Shavuot. It's interesting that the Jewish people, they read the Megillah Ruth, the scroll of Ruth for Pentecost. Let me ask you all a question in the Hebrew roots people. How many of you have read that this year? Many people don't. But it's actually a testimony of us who came from the dispersion. She lived in the east, moving away from God. And we want to do good to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob by accepting him in the covenant. And he has given us Yeshua in order to get us grafted into his kingdom. All right. So it says, verse 16, and you shall keep the feast of harvest with the first fruits of your work, what you sow in the field. And you will keep the feast of harvest gathering. Oh, wait a minute. And you will keep the feast of harvest gathering when the year goes out. What feast is that? Sukkot. So wait a minute. It says the year goes out, the end of the year. So what is this fight about Tishri and Nisan all the time? There's a fight. No. The Tishri is not the new year. That comes from Babylon. Will you mention Rosh Hashanah? People go nuts. Well, wait a minute. When did you count the Jubilees? Do you count the Jubilees and the sabbatical years in Nisan? Or you count the Jubilees or the sabbatical years from Tishri? There's 2 calendars. There's actually 4 calendars in the Bible. There is the one for the counting of the Jubilees and the sabbatical years. There's this one right here that has to do with the agricultural cycle. How many of you have studied the agricultural cycles in the Middle East? Right? They all happen between March and September. So all the crops are actually within that time frame. So it's only logical that the beginning of the year for the Hebrews will start in the beginning of the agricultural cycle. That's why Paul is using the same language in Greece, in Rome, in Asia Minor, in regards to the language of agriculture. They all had the same crops around the same time. Now, if Moses wrote the Torah from New Zealand, it will be completely different. Sukkot will be in the spring, here. Sukkot will be in April here. And Passover would have been in September. Because they're in a different hemisphere. Does that make sense? We never think about that. We argue about it instead of logically looking back and say, wait a minute. So when is the beginning of years? When is the beginning of the agricultural cycle? Because now you read this verse and you have to explain to me, why does God call it the end of the year? When actually it's the 7th month. You still have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 13th, depending on is that making sense? So instead of me arguing about these things, I'm looking at the language. I'm going, wait a minute. God himself is the one speaking. He's saying, when the year goes out. So that means that this calendar has purpose, has a function, has a role. And each feast, by the way, what is the prophetic meaning of Shavuot? I mean, there's a huge prophetic meaning. Have you studied the first and second coming of Messiah using only the feast days? I'm not talking about. How about going to the Orthodox Sidurim, the Maxors? My teacher have done that, and I've learned with him. We actually go to the Sidurs, the traditional ones that all the Jews use during the high holidays. And every verse and all the places and the prayers is actually about the first and the second coming of Messiah. Especially for Yom Teruah. It's amazing. When you read it, you go like, wait a minute. Paul is using the same language in 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. Because Paul was Jewish. Okay? So he understood these things. Okay, so the question, did I get your interest? You see how many questions I asked you? So therefore, this should not be a point of controversy. This is a point of education. It's like, how can we help each other understand a little bit more? Guys, I don't expect you to agree with me. And I understand you have certain positions that may be different from mine. That's okay. But why don't we look and compare the information so we can help each other? You know, so we can help one another, okay? Because I used to fight all the time about stuff. My wife can tell you. Man, I used to like, man, I'm right. Until I went to Israel. Until I got myself a teacher. Until I got to go and look into biblical archaeology. Until I began to look into the ancient Near East. And then I went to Rome, Turkey, and Greece. Oh, that changed me forever. All the arguments that sometimes people have when you're there and you see the temple of Aphrodite is no longer there in the Aqua Corinth looking down to the ancient city of Corinth, you go like, oh. Now I understand why they were saying don't do anything with fornication. Fornication was sexual ritual sin. They used to go to that place to have sex in honor of Aphrodite. To them, that was worship. So if you live in a society in which now to them worship was eating a meat sacrificed to the guy you worship, because it meant that he's the guy who provided your needs. Now, the three things that James tells the believers, he says, oh, they can come into the kingdom, but they are not to eat blood, offer meat sacrificed to idols, and commit fornication. Which anyone in the first century would have understood, meaning don't go worship the gods and don't go have sex as a ritual worship thing, and don't eat the meat sacrificed to idols. By the way, the Jews were exempt from those things. The Jews were given an exemption. They had a place in the market where they had kosher meat. They were not forced to worship the emperor, and they were not forced to do any of the stuff that the regular citizen had to do. The blessing that the Jews had in the Greco-Roman world. When those privileges were removed, persecution began. Because now they would not submit to what the Romans wanted. Okay, all right, so let's talk about the temple ritual. And I'm going to read from this resource. It's called Colorful Ceremonies. And I apologize, I didn't do a better job on the PowerPoint. I could not find the one that I actually have for this. I don't know where it is. Been about 4 years since I've taught it. So this is a book that you purchased. Not cheap, is it?
I remember it.
Man, I tell you, I've had so many people recommending it now that when I go look for one, and if I see it, I buy it. Because you don't find them anymore. You know, and it's actually a good book. It's a good book. All right, so I'm going to read to you. I'm just going to read how they will bring the first fruits. Right? I mean, the Bible says bring in bikurim, the first fruits. That's for the temple. You don't bring a pineapple. You don't bring bananas in the temple. You have to do it particular things based on what the land produced at that time. Now today, it produces different things. But if the temple was establishing tomorrow, they have to do these. They cannot do any other ones. Okay? It says, every summer, happy throngs of people will crisscross Eretz Israel, the land of Israel, in colorful processions, bearing their first fruits baskets. The bikurim, these first fruits, were brought solely from the 7 fruits: wheat, barley, grapes, figs, pomegranates, olives, and dates. Now, in regards to the grapes, you can bring raisins. Okay? But you only from those by which the land of Israel was praised. In other words, in the book of Deuteronomy tells you, those are the 7 species of the land. After the harvest, remember, there are 2 harvests. These 7 species of the land, they are produced in different areas. By the way, the book of Revelation talks about the olives and also the grapes, right? And they are actually harvest in the winter. Then you have what is called the wheat and the barley, which is connected with Passover and Shavuot. So every single one of these is connected with the feast and the theme of the feast too. Okay, hopefully you learned something new out of this. Have anybody ever explained this to you guys? Okay, so hopefully this may be new and maybe bad, maybe good for you. Okay, listen, my only desire is to hopefully be a blessing to you. I'm not expecting you to believe me. I'm not expecting you to agree with me. I'm not expecting you to even like me. I'm not expecting you to say I'm right. What I do expect is you say, wow, I never heard that before. Hey, I'd like to read more on that. And then you go back and you research it, you validate it, and let it make a change in your own life. Yes, ma'am? Colorful Ceremonies. And I'll try to find the cover later so you can see it. All right. It's by the Rambam. It's a very, very good book. Okay. It says, after the harvest began, from around the time of Shavuot, Pentecost, until it finished in the middle of the winter in Hanukkah, Jewish farmers selected the best ripe fruits to take with them to Jerusalem. So you see, it's not just 1 month and you do it. So you have from Shavuot into Hanukkah, and you take some of these things to the temple. It's not just a one-time thing, because you cannot hold your barley all the way into Hanukkah. So if from Hanukkah you already planted the wheat, the barley, whatever, when it's harvest, then you take it to Shavuot, and then the rest of the harvest, then you have into Hanukkah to present it. You follow? Yes? Okay. So it says, as soon as the farmer noticed his fruit beginning to ripen in his field or orchard, he tied a reed string around that bunch as a marker, and then declared them bikurim. No one can touch it. No one can touch it. It's called now, the rabbis call it now korban, dedicated to God. That's the problem in Mark chapter 7. In Mark chapter 7, Yeshua is having issues with some of the Pharisees because they're not helping their family in matters of providing their needs, because now they are manipulating this particular commandment not to help the needy and the poor. They're saying, no, I cannot help you, my mom and my dad, because this tree says korban. They're using something holy from the temple to manipulate and not help the families and not help people in need. But according to the Torah, you cannot use this for personal use after you dedicate it to God. It's already dedicated for the Lord. If you cannot use it, you just bury it or burn it. You got to get rid of it. No one can touch it, because it falls in the sphere of holiness. Okay? Even to this day, many people who want to give a donation, they say, no, this donation is set apart for this. And they don't want to use it. To them, it's sacred. You keep your word. No, this is for this. How many of you have done that? We've done that. We say this is for this and this is for that. Okay? All right. However, he harvested the bikurim fruit only after they became fully grown. According to some of the rabbis, farmers are to have chosen, watch this, farmers have to have chosen 1/60th of their produce at least. Once the farmer was ready, he sorted out all the fruits and arranged them in layers. At the bottom was placed the ripe, so this is what they get the basket. They get the ripe fruit and arrange it in there. At the bottom was placed the ripe barley. Above were successive layers of wheat, olive or oil, date, pomegranate, and figs. Surrounding the figs were bunches of grapes and perhaps dry raisin and even wine. So they're telling you how this was done in the time of Yeshua. By the way, this is the way that it was done. So what I'm presenting to you is not a speculation. It's the evidence that we have from the temple period that when you came to Jerusalem, this is the way you did it. Okay? All right. It says, ideally farmers brought a separate basket for each kind of fruits, but they sometimes brought one large basket placing palm leaves, okay, between the layers of fruit. Poorer farmers used plain baskets of woven willow, But richer landowners plated with their baskets with gold and silver. The farmer also brought turtle doves and pigeons with them and secure more their baskets and as decorations. Now you know that you have to have a proper way of presenting the basket, because that basket is going to be presented at the altar, right? So you're going to present it to the king. Everything that we're describing here is called a protocol for the king. Tithing and offerings is actually tribute to God. It's the tribute for all the blessings He's given you. That's really what it is. That's what taxation is in America. It's tribute for the government supposedly keep you safe. Okay? All right. They're not supposed to oppress you. By the way, you know what just happened the last few days, right? I never thought about this. Trump says we're not going to tax the waiters and the waitresses' tips. What? You know how many waitresses or waiters are going to say, yeah, vote? Now, you may think, well, why is this so important to the teaching? Because in the Torah, God does not oppress those people that they don't have enough. You notice, if you have money, you brought the basket. They all brought the basket. If you have the money, you did it differently, but with gold and silver. But if you don't have the money, you just bring the basket anyway. God accepts it. He doesn't oppress you. But the fact that this guy says, now, hey, I'm not going to tax these people who are actually in need because they don't get paid that much. Do you realize that's an act of righteousness and you don't even see it? Okay, finally, I can take all my money that I make so hard walking around 3 miles a day trying to serve people who don't appreciate what I do. Now, that's a small act. Imagine in the Torah when God says, I give you a piece of land as a gift. I'll give you protection. I'll give you rain. I'll give you the seed. I'll give you the crops. Will you please bring me a percentage? And it's not even for me. It's for the priests. It's for the priests that they're doing the work to intercede on your behalf. And by the way, once you give to the priest, the rest, delight yourself in the Lord. Don't come empty-handed. It's not even for God. Just the fact that you bring it shows respect to the Creator and the King. That's the protocol of the King. But you just don't show up to Jerusalem. Hey, Lord, I'm here. Thank you, Lord, for having me here. And there you go. You just don't throw the basket and go walking off. No. There is a procession. There is a way that you do it because you're going to go see the King of the universe. The King of the universe has asked you to present yourself to Him. Lina. In Passover, there's a command says, Lina. It's to see, re'eh. Re'eh is to see you. Ri'ah, I'm sorry. It's to see you. There's a commandment that if you go to Jerusalem during the temple period, during Passover, or to do the feast or whatever, you have to stay somewhere around the Temple Mount overnight. Because if you brought an offering, you have to eat it. Right? But there's a particular offering that is, the name is to be seen. To be seen. Meaning that when you show up, you are commanded to bring an offering in order that God sees you, that you brought something for Him. And you just don't show up with the worst to see the King. You bring a gift. That's why I insisted to bring something to your house Friday. Can I bring something? Because you're hosting me. You're feeding me. You're extending hospitality to me and my wife. So therefore I felt I need to bring something to the table. I need to be reciprocal with what you're giving me. And then we try to conduct ourselves with the highest level of honor that we could, to the point, hey, can I put my feet here? Remember I asked you? You know how, did I sit in your chair? I knew that was your chair the moment I saw you sit on it. Did I ever sit on it? It was empty many times, and it's looked comfortable, and I didn't go and sat on it. Because that's your chair. That's the protocol in your house. It would be disrespectful to say, I'm going to sit in his chair. I notice every little thing now because I'm understanding the temple and the protocol of how to honor God. So therefore, if I respect His house and I go to your house, I'll respect the same way. Because there's sacred space in your house too. Right? So it carries into your everyday life. Okay, so now there's a procession. Remember, the Lord now gave you water, the rain in a season. He gave you the seed. He gave you plenty. Now you can feed your family. Now, because you have the blessing, you have honor. And now you take a percentage of that, and you're going to go delight yourself on the Lord, and you're going to go present yourself. And God doesn't make it very burdensome, because the women don't have to go off to the feast if they don't want to. Only the men. Oh, you see, God doesn't want the woman in his temple. No. Did you get a period? Yes. So what if the feast falls during your period? So now he gives you a commandment to go up to the feast, but you have something natural that you have a period and you cannot go into the temple if you have blood discharge. Did you catch that one? So the Lord was protecting the honor of the women. He made a binding on men to go, right? But not on the women. Now, if she's down on her menstrual cycle, she can go up. But if you have 6 kids, how difficult is that to manage that many kids? Right? Right? You'll be going like, thank you, Lord. I don't have to walk all the way to Jerusalem with those little rascals. Right? Can you imagine they walk into Jerusalem with your 5 kids walking around, running everywhere? Because they're young enough, they don't get tired. And the Lord says, no, I get you. Stay home if you want to. But you got to go up. And the children can go up with you if they can walk all the way up. If you can carry them, stay home. If you can walk with them, they can go with you. But there's a protocol and there's a procession. Now, when you get to Jerusalem, the procession bringing the bikurim, the first fruits, to the Beit HaMikdash, the temple, was a large one, since it went up to Jerusalem together with their districts. So you just didn't go up, and then you just, whenever you want to, there was order. And all of Israel was divided into 24 districts, similar to the 24 priestly orders that you see in the temple, as described in chapter 16 of the book. So that honest and God-fearing Jews were chosen to act as representatives of all of Israel in all the continual offerings. So we know there's a command to go to the temple, but not everybody can go because you have to work. So what you will do is you will take a representative of the district, let's say Georgia. And then you have that for the government, by the way. You have electors, and then you have representatives and senators. They're representing you. That's exactly what it was. You have representatives of your district or your state, in this case, the 24 districts in Israel, and they'll take God-fearing men, and they will go every week with one of the 24 priestly courses to intercede and to pray. They're called the Ma'amad, the men of standing. It's called intercession. That's where it comes from. Prayer of intercession. What they will do, they will go down every week with the priests and the Levites who were supposed to work in the temple that week, and their job was to pray and to intercede for the priests and the Levites. Intercession comes from the temple. But then you have to ask, what prayers were they doing? They were all doing the same prayers. Right? The Amidah. Now, ask me the question, Rico, how can you prove they were doing the same prayers? One person asked, man, what's wrong with you people today? You're not catching on, man. Let's go to Luke chapter 1. Make it easy for me today. Come on. Luke chapter 1. Talk about Zechariah, right? How do you know you're getting older when even a glass of water chokes you? What is up when you turn 50, man? Everything goes down the drain. When you start in verse 6 of chapter 1, it says, and they were both, talking about Zechariah and Elizabeth. They were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless, that they have no child because Elizabeth was barren, and they were both well advanced in years. So it was that while he was serving as priest before God in the order of his division. That's telling you I know exactly what week he was. Okay. You find the answer in 1 Chronicles, I think? 24, you see? 1 Chronicles 24. If you find that, let me know. 1 Chronicles 24. I'm going to come back to this again. He gave you a piece of information. What I'm trying to do today with the teaching is trying to show you how I study as I share. Is that okay? So when you read that, it says, according to your division, you go to 1 Chronicles 24, you have the divisions of the sons of Aaron and the divisions of the Levites. How they were divided into work, into offices for the temple. And that's how they did the service. So they would start and they would serve each 1 week. Okay, and they did it twice a year. They go 24 and they serve. But they all have to be in the temple during the feast. All 24. All the 3 holidays. Like Passover, Pentecost, and Sukkot. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why? Yes, but why do you need all? I mean, we're talking about thousands of priests.
Because there's a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people. Josephus says that 1 year, in one of the Passovers, they counted 156,000 lambs slaughtered. Now, please understand, they have to do that within a 2-hour period. That's 8 seconds per lamb, if not less. So I have a teaching that explains that. Okay. So now what we have is that each group at the Passover during temple times, it has to be in groups. Minimum a group of 10. You can never do it alone. It has to be a group of 10 because you have to eat the whole lamb. So if you eat alone, you have to eat the whole lamb. Have you seen a lamb of the first year? You know what a lamb of the first year is? An 8-day-old lamb. We saw a 14-day-old lamb. Okay, if you have it by yourself, the command is you have to eat it all. You cannot leave everything for the next day. You can't do that alone. So you need a group of people who can eat it with you. Tops 20 people, the maximum amount. Okay, so let's multiply 156,000 times 10, the lower number. That's a lot of people that year. So you need a lot of priests to help you do the service. Does that make sense? Okay, so check this out. So now when you read in verse 7 of 1 Chronicles 24, says, the first lot fell on Yehoariv, the second Yediah. Remember, they all served beginning in Nisan. Okay? So we know that he's in the temple. Now, how do we know it was the spring? If you follow the whole storyline, the narrative in chapter 1, okay, he's talking to, Mary is talking to Elizabeth later on, and we know that somewhere in the Feast of Lights, that's Hanukkah, so you have to track back, because we know John the Baptist was born somewhere during Passover, and Yeshua 6 months later. Yes? Okay, so therefore now you know more or less where he was, but guess what? The first one, Yehoariv, he will serve the first week of Nisan, the family. The second one will be Yediah. He will serve the second week of Nisan. The third week, who serves? Who? No, all 24. Because that third week is Passover. Now, Harim will serve the fourth week. Seorim will serve the fifth week. Malchiyah will serve the 6th week. Right? Miyamim, the 7th week. Chakos, the 8th week. And the eighth line of the 24 courses is Abiyah. Now let's go back to Luke. And it says, it says, according to the custom of the priest, verse 9, his lot fell on the burnt, the order, what was it? According to the custom of the priest, his lot fell to burn incense when he went into the temple of the Lord. Okay? But where does it says? Abiyah. Oh, we go. Verse 5. There was in the days of Herod, a king of Judea, a certain priest named Zechariah, the division of Abiyah. Did you follow that? So therefore now, the Bible in Luke chapter 1 is giving you a lot of information. It tells you exactly what course he was from, what division. It tells you now, we need to find out when the division served in the temple. Now we know, more or less, when he was in the temple, immediately after Shavuot. Right? You get it? So then you start counting. He goes home, he tries to convince his wife that an angel showed up. Then she gets pregnant, and then you go to Hanukkah, and then you have to talk about the birth of Yeshua without ever mentioning Christmas. I could prove that Yeshua was not born December 25th. And I don't have to even mention Christmas. He's a sacred cow. And I've done this in the teaching in Mexico. I showed a lady in the teaching how Yeshua was born somewhere in the month of Tishri. I don't know exactly the day. I don't care. He was born. That's what matters. But he was not born in December. And after I was done, she was a staunch Catholic. Her husband, he was bombarding her with all kinds of stuff. And she was like really upset at the husband because he kept like really bombarding her, okay? So when I explained this to her, she comes to me and she says, thank you for explaining it. Because I finally understand. I want to obey. I just did not understand. Okay? Anyway, so I just share something with you based on something that I saw here by understanding the divisions. Are you with me? I know I'm taking you a little bit rabbit trail, but I want you to see the bigger picture. All right. So, all right. Please turn off your cell phones. Whose is that one? Is it mine? It shouldn't be. Okay. All right. You had a question?
Those divisions repeated twice in a year.
Yes. Yes, sir.
How do you know it wasn't the second cycle?
Because, I'm sorry? Because when you read the storyline, it talks to you about when he met Elizabeth. It was during the time of Hanukkah. You see, so that's why understanding Hanukkah, the Feast of Lights, and the encounter helps you understand the time of the year. Okay? Perfect. The procession bringing Bikurim in the temple was I already read that part, right? Yes, I did. It says, the Ma'amod. Since the Ma'amod, the men of standing, took turns to appear at the sacrifices, each Ma'amod, men of standing, will come up to the temple twice a year. Now the Bikurim procession joined them. Now they're coming up, so the whole... We're talking about thousands of people. We're talking about 5 or 10. They're representatives of the districts, but I'm sure many other people came with them too. You follow? So you have the 24 representatives, plus all the people bringing their Bikurim. Thousands of people. All right. They gathered together and slept overnight in the central town square. The next morning they woke up by the Rosh Ha'amad, which is the officer in charge. So there was a person in charge waking them up, calling out a verse. This is how they were woken up to go to the temple to present their first fruits. Okay? Jeremiah 31. Arise, let us go up to Zion, to the Lord, to our God. That's the way they were woken up. They were quoting Jeremiah 31. Now, I would like for me to see, I would love for me to see every year when they do Pentecost and everywhere they celebrate it, that they start reading these passages. Because these passages have a very important prophetic picture of how to ascend back to the Lord. So they will quote, the guy wakes them up, the appointed person, arise, let us go up to Zion, to the Lord, to our God. Now the procession set off toward Jerusalem. In front marched a man playing a tune on a reed flute. Interesting. The flute player is the same flute player. They had a flute player that will play during the great water ceremony in the time of Sukkot. When they will go, they get the water from the temple to the Shiloh pool. There was a flute player. And the flute player was called the Pierce One. Interesting. It says, he walked an ox. Behind him walked an ox that wants to be sacrificed as a korban. Its horns were covered with gold, and around his head lay a crown of olive leaves, as a symbol of the 7 fruits of Bikurim. Then came the large procession of villagers, singing a verse from the Psalms 121. Okay? Samachti be'omrim li. It says, I rejoice when they tell me, let us go up to the house of the Lord. How many people quote that verse? They don't realize that was part of the procession ceremony to go up to the temple. Psalm 121. Psalms of Ascent. Right? By the way, Psalms of Ascent, they will sing those as they're going up that street. What you're looking at right now in the picture of a street is called the Pilgrimage Road. They will go from the pool of Shiloh all the way up to the temple. It will look like this in the temple. Okay, that's the pool of Shiloh right there. and the temple is on the top right, and they will go up that road. I've been on that road. I was just there 3 weeks ago with Eli Shukron, which is the leading archaeologist. That's my picture in it. So you believe that I was there. Okay? It's been uncovered. It's actually right now about maybe 6 feet, 7 feet below the street above. Okay? That's the first century road. They found it. I walked it all the way, almost all the way up. Okay? And it's incredible. And by the way, I think 5-6 years ago, I stumbled into it. I went up with the archaeologists, and I stumbled into the road, and I think we were the first non-Jews to step on that road in 2,000 years. They don't allow anybody in there at that time. Only archaeologists and, whoever was Jewish people. Okay? And I can believe that 7 years ago, I put my feet on that thing with my teacher. I got to see it. It's amazing. The Lord's been really, really good. Okay, so then it says the horns will cover already right there. Then they will read 121, Psalm 121. I rejoice when they tell me, let us go up to the house of the Lord. Now it's interesting, let us go up, because they got to meet. They all have to meet on the pool of Siloach. And that's actually low ground, the south corner. Remember, you got to go up, quarter mile up. I walked it all the time. It's not easy. Did you go to the city of David when you went to Israel? You need to go back. You need to be healed and delivered, brother. He was telling me the horror story that he went through when he visited Israel. Man, please give me the honor to show you the land of my king. I will love the opportunity to show you the land of my king. I promise you, I'll do my best to show you the best of the house of my king, of the land of my king. Okay? Because we need to change that perspective. It's sad, man, that people did that to you there. All right. It says, how many of you did not know that they will quote Jeremiah 31 and Psalm 121 going up to present the first fruits? Right? Show me your hands so I get an idea. How many of you did not know that? Okay? Now, wouldn't it be nice if we start developing the custom that every Pentecost we start reading these verses and make a celebration as if we are going up, although we know we're not going? To at least to remember and to practice, because I remind you guys when the temple returns, because Yeshua is coming and there will be a temple and we still have to celebrate the feast. This is not changing. If we go up to Jerusalem, we have to learn what to say when we're going up to the house of the Lord. It's our practice. So the welcome. Finally, they decorated and rearranged the first fruit baskets to display the freshest and tastiest fruits. They also sent messengers. They just didn't walk up, because you got to go meet the King of the universe. So you have to be announced. You have to be welcome. You showed up and you said, you send a messenger up to the temple. Hey, district such and such is here. The representatives are here. Oh, Shalom Aleichem, welcome. You just didn't show up to the house of the king unannounced. That's not how it works. It's the protocol of the king. Okay? Try to go to my house at midnight, knock on the door, go through a window, see what happens to you. Okay? They say, they decorated, rearranged the bikurim baskets to display the freshest fruit. They also sent messengers to inform Jerusalem that they were imminent arrival. Depending on how large the bikurim procession was, a proportional number of noble officials or treasurers from the mikdash, from the tabernacle and the temple, came to welcome them into the holy city. You had an escort, man. The Lord is treating you like royalty. Man, you coming to visit the king? Yeah, let me send some officials from the temple to welcome you into the house of the Lord. That's what God does for us. People always ask me, man, why do you lift up the temple so much? Why do you teach on the temple so much? Man, I'm constant. I'm like relentless. I'm never going to stop. People can criticize me. You can outcast me. You can do whatever you want, but I will learn about the house of my king. Because when Messiah returns and there will be a temple, I'm just going to sit in the corner eating my popcorn. I'm going to sit and I'm going to watch you go up. Thinking that you can just go up as walking as no one cares, and thinking you can go any which way you want to. And I'm just saying, don't do it. Don't do that. But I could go here. I want to go here. No, that's not the protocol. How do you know? I try to tell you for years. You know, you walk into the temple, you always enter to the right, you come out to the left. Always. If you enter in the southeast, you go into the right and come out to the left. You never came back the same way unless you were in mourning. You didn't have to tell anybody that a family member died. They saw you walking against the flow, and they say you're mourning, or ritually defiled, one of the two. Okay? Then came the large procession, already read that. It says, as they entered Jerusalem, the marches began another verse. Watch this. As they entered Jerusalem, the marches began another verse from Psalm 121. Okay? It says, our feet were standing within your gates, O Jerusalem. All the local craftsmen stood up to greet them as the processions passed, calling out, our brothers, men of district such and such, come in peace. And so they made their way happily through the holy city with their flutists still playing on his flute until they reach Har Habayit, which is the Temple Mount. I remind you, Paul went to Jerusalem to celebrate Pentecost. So he is witnessing this stuff. He sees everything. And I remind you that Acts chapter 2, all of this is taking place when the Holy Spirit is outpouring in there. Oh, you missed it. I hope you got it. There's a whole bunch of things going on as all of these things are happening down in the pool of Shiloh and coming up to Jerusalem. The only one excited here today. Until then, the farmers did not have to personally carry their bikurim baskets, first fruit baskets, all the way. Now, everyone bringing the bikurim, even the king, put their baskets on their shoulders and singing the last hallelujah, hallelujah kel v'kodsho, Psalm 150. So now, when you go into the temple with your basket on your shoulder, you are singing Psalm 150. So let's sing one. Let's quote Psalm 150. Let's go there. Psalm 150. Now, just think about this. Everyone is going through the temple with their baskets, thousands of people, and they're all singing in one song, in one accord. Praise Yah. Praise God in His sanctuary. Praise Him in His mighty firmament. Praise Him with His mighty deeds. Praise Him according to the abundance of His greatness. Praise Him with a blast of horn. Praise Him with a harp and lyre. These were the instruments in the temple. Praise Him with tambourine and dancing. Praise Him with strings and flute. Praise Him with sounding cymbals. Praise Him with clashing cymbals. Everything breathing, every breathing thing, let it praise the Lord. Praise Yah. Can you imagine that whole scene in a movie? Thousands of people coming up with their bikurim, singing the same thing. They all knew what to say. They all knew how to sing it. Order, respect, reverence for God's feast. Do we do this today? We don't. We don't have the temple, but we can still go through all these verses. Teach the children how it was done in Jerusalem so we can remember the essence of Pentecost. All we talk about is Acts 2. But in the events of Acts 2, it's now telling you everything that is happening around them. The Holy Spirit is coming in and going on the people when people were singing, Praise Yah in His sanctuary. Everything was directed to God and the worship of the Lord. And that's the opportunity that Peter stood up to preach outside of the temple proper. He was not inside. He was somewhere in Solomon's court, Solomon's porch. But that's why I get all excited about the word. Because now when I see this, in my mind, I know exactly where they were. Okay? Let's continue. It says, they made their way to the central Azarah, the inner courtyard of the temple. When they arrived, the choir of the Levites, accompanied by their musical instruments, cymbals, trumpets, flutes, harps, and lyres, began to sing Psalm 30. The 30th Psalm. I'm going to guide you through this. Okay? So watch this. Psalm 30. Let's read Psalm 30. It's an enthronement psalm, by the way. Is this making more sense now? Amen. A psalm of thanksgiving. A song of dedication of the house. Hanukkah. The word dedication is Hanukkah. So when people tell me, oh, the whole Hanukkah celebration in December is made up. Guys, the dedication of Hanukkah is a temple altar dedication. Why would you not want to celebrate the dedication of the temple? I don't know why. A psalm of dedication of the house of David. I will exalt you, O Lord. Now remember, now the priests, let me show you where they were going. I want to show you in the temple app where they were going, okay? I want you to see it. Watch this. So, they come up and let's do the whole thing. Okay, hold on a minute. So we're going to start walking up. We're going to start walking up. It's not walking very fast here. Okay, so walking up. So thousands of people walking up. They are saying some of the psalms, praising the Lord. Right? So they get to the temple. They go through the south. Let me take you right here. I'm trying to change the right here. Change the language real quick. It's not letting me. I don't know why. There we go. You can get this on the phone, by the way. You can download it on your temple app. Okay? Let me go here again. I go to here. Okay. Let me go to this one. We go halfway here. Okay, here we go. So I'm going halfway, and they're going up. Now you see the little scroll right there? If I have an internet, it will show the pilgrimage road that I showed you. Okay? I didn't connect the internet. So I'm going all the way up to the temple. You literally have to go up. You see the road right here? It's actually done according to the way that it was done in temple period. I walked this one long one, short one, long one, short one, long one, short one. Okay? And I don't know why this thing is not giving me this. See, it's not giving it to me. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's go here.
Rico,
Yes.
you shared with us when we were there the purpose of why it was staggered like that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't for the purpose to rush it at a particular time.
Right. So you break the stride. You're not running off. Okay. So now we're here in the court of the women. This is the court of the women, right? In the court of the women, now I'm going to go in. Now that door was huge. That's called the Nicanor gate. That's the equivalent to the door of the tabernacle. That is the one, okay? So now, that door was huge. It's probably like about 36, 38 feet high. It was huge, probably a little bigger, okay? Now, it would be open. All the men that were bringing the baskets, they're going in through here. Remember what I read you about? Now the Levites are going to start singing? They were here. Okay, you see those 3 steps? Let me move over to this place right here. You see those steps right over here? Whoops. These steps? That's where the Levites will stand. Now, we didn't know for a while which way they were facing. Okay, it's like you see the bima right here, the altar, they call the altar in the church. If that's the Holy of Holies, you will never turn your back to the Holy of Holies. But the Levites will be singing towards the people, giving their backs to the Holy of Holies, which is very unusual. Just like the priests, when they're giving the blessing, the Aaronic blessing, they will stand at the door. You see that big old door in front of you? Back there? They will stand back there and they will give their backs to the Holy of Holies and they will say the blessing for the people. And we always wonder, my teacher and I will wonder why. It's because it's coming from God. So the priests are the mediators who speak on behalf of God. So the blessing is a blessing that God gives the people through the priests. So it's as if God himself was speaking through them. So the same thing is with the music. So the music with people singing, let us go up to the house of the Lord, and then the Levites are answering, is an exchange of a love relationship between God and Israel. It's like they're saying something, and then the Levites are responding, and they're the representatives of God. So therefore, it's an exchange of what to say. Does that make sense? So the Levites were standing right there. You see this particular area where I'm standing right now? It's 135 cubits long and 11 cubits wide. It's quite big. Okay? So you can fit a lot of people there. All the men had their baskets. No women were allowed there. All the men had their baskets on their shoulders, and they're singing Psalm 30. Remember? Now you know where they're located. Yes? Now let's read Psalm 30 together. Now you know, the men with their baskets standing right there where the altar was, where the Levites are singing. Correct? The Levites begin to sing this. This is what the Levites are singing. A psalm, a song for the dedication of the house of David. I will exalt, O Adonai, because you have drawn me up and have not made my enemies rejoice over me. O Adonai, my Elohim, I cried for help to you, and you healed me. O Lord, you have brought my life from Sheol, and you preserve me alive from among those going down to the pit. Sing praises to the Lord for his faithful ones, and give thanks to his holy fame. For there is a moment of his anger, and there is a lifetime in his favor. Weeping lodges for the evening, but in the morning comes rejoicing. That's where it comes from. And everyone quotes that verse. But in reality, that was one of the protocols of Pentecost. They will sing to the people. Yes? For as for me, I have said in my prosperity, and I shall not be moved ever. O Adonai, by your favor, you caused my strong mountain to stand. You hid your face. I was bewildered. To you, O Adonai, I called, and to the Lord I pleaded for grace, saying, what is gain if there is my death? Am I going down to the pit? Will the dust praise you? Will it tell of your faithfulness? It's talking about death and resurrection. The theme was resurrection. That the God of Israel gives you resurrection. O Adonai, hear and be gracious to me. O Adonai, be my helper. You have turned my wailing into dancing, and you have removed my sackcloth and clothed me with joy, so that I may sing praises to you and not be quiet. O Adonai, my Elohim, I will give you thanks forever. That's what they were saying in the temple. See, is that making sense? Now, all of a sudden, Shavuot takes a different dimension of understanding. All of a sudden now, the whole celebration of Pentecost is more than just the Holy Spirit coming down on the people. Everything is happening as the Spirit of God is coming down on the people.
Amen.
The people never think about this. It's a whole protocol and procession. The declaration. Now, in the bottom, now when the people bring their baskets, and this whole thing is over, each farmer comes separately with his bikurim basket, and still on his shoulder. And with the help of a priest, now they read the bikurim. I don't know what the other page is. Now they read the blessing. Owls in Aramean, a wonder in Aramean, and this and this and this, and they present it, and then after that you go rejoice in the Lord. It's interesting because there is a proper way to show up, a proper way to announce, a proper way to go up, a proper way to present. Why are we not learning that? I submit to you, we are celebrating the feast of the Lord, but we're not following the blueprints that have been outlined for us. Who will object about psalms being sang? Don't we complain all the time that we want only scripture? How much scripture did I give you in the celebration of Shavuot that follows the temple protocol? Jeremiah 31, Psalm 121, Psalm 120, Psalm 30. That's not including the Psalm of the day. That's not including the Psalms that they sing, the Levites in the temple. That's not including the rejoicing they did when they were going there. There's so much to learn. And what I'm honored to have the opportunity is to be on the road that many believers were in the first century. That road that you see in my temple application, that road and that pool was discovered. I was there, and I was there with the guy who discovered the pool, Eli Shukron. The evidence is there. For guess what? So now, let's say the altar is built on the Temple Mount. Well, if they build the altar, that means they're going to have a high priest. If they have a high priest, they have to have a Sanhedrin. And that means that now we have to celebrate the feast. And don't think that you're going to celebrate the feast the way you think you want to celebrate them. Give me a second. Trust me. The moment the altar and the moment the Sanhedrin Council is regathered again, and if they know some people are following a different calendar, calling themselves Torah followers, they will call you up to Jerusalem. They did that to Paul. And they have the authority to do so. People don't want to hear that part. And they will ask you, why are you doing this? And why are you doing this in the wrong times and not according to the times and seasons that God ordained? And then they will ask you the next question, who gave you the legal authority to change anything holy? And why are you not following the protocol that we follow, that the Bible ordains? This is the one thing that I get in trouble for all the time. Because I understand the protocol, so I stay to it. I stick with it. Yes, sir.
I was just thinking about the numbers. At the time of the temple, it was really Judah and Benjamin were the main participants at that point. Is that right?
What time frame?
Well, the temple.
Yeah, but what time frame? Because you have the time of the division of the kingdom, then you have the time of Ezra and Nehemiah, and then you have the time of the second temple period. And we know that during the time of the second temple period, according to the Bible, we have people coming from the dispersion. So there were more than just Judah and Benjamin.
What I'm trying to think of, these numbers could be like tens of thousands of men.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
And I wonder if they came through in batches, because when you look at the dimensions, it's really a challenge how that would work.
So that's the reason why you need a bigger temple. You have the tabernacle, it facilitated for the amount of people there. Then you have Shiloh. Now you got more people. Then you have Givon. You have the tabernacle went from the tabernacle in the wilderness to Gilgal 14 years. Shiloh 369. Then when the Shiloh was destroyed and King Saul became king, he moved it to Nav. And then David moved it to Givon, 2 miles north of Jerusalem. And then when Solomon took over, then obviously you needed an expansion. The city exploded. Solomon became a great king. So therefore more people will come up to Jerusalem and visit. Then during the time of the Nehemiah, the first temple period, then there was division of the kingdom. And then when Ezra came, by the way, do you know how many years it took from the first decree of Cyrus to send the Jews back from Persia until Nehemiah showed up? Over 100 years. They didn't come right away. It took 20 years between Ezra and Nehemiah. The story of Esther occurred, the story of Esther occurred in the middle of that. You know why that happened? Because Israel refused to go back to the land. And God is telling you, you refused my gift, so I'm going to allow the enemy to persecute you. And many of the Jews returned to the land after the events of Esther. Because they felt safe to go back. Every time Israel refuses to go back to the land, the Lord allows the enemy to rise up to get you back to the land. Because he promised the land. You need to go to the land. The land is good. Very good. And when I hear stories like yours, it breaks my heart that someone made it miserable for you in the land. I will do whatever. I'm telling you, I keep telling you, I will do whatever. Jolie, right? We will do whatever it takes to make sure that when you come back, you say, truly the land is good. It pains me when I see people go to the land of Israel making an investment and they have a bad experience because the people didn't host them correctly. Because the God that I serve, when he invites you, he welcomes everything like he did with his people. You know? Yes, sir.
So, in my mind anyway, it begs the question, if you have this historical track record of Israel refusing to return to Jerusalem to ascend over and over again, what does that say for us who are believers at large? Because a lot of them won't go back.
I know.
You can't convince them to go back because they believe there's something else. There's
Right.
something other. And then you have us who are somewhere stuck in the middle. Coming out of that, coming into something else, you've got two sides that will reject it for one reason or another. We're kind of stuck.
Right.
What do we do?
Well,
We know we're supposed to go back.
I got a great answer.
Go back, and we're stuck here.
I got a great answer. Great tribulation. will take care of everything. The Great Tribulation would actually force Israel and those who are loyal to Israel to be revealed. Right? And then those who don't want to come back, remember there's a star that will fall from the heavens that will be like wormwood, and 1/3 of men will die because the waters were bitter. That's idolatry.
So again,
The same story repeating over and over and over. All the time.
but he just changes the details.
Right.
Because of the change of the time in his progression.
Exactly. So now I know people within the Messianic and Hebrew roots that don't like Israel. They don't like the government. They don't like the land. It's terrible. That's worse. Replacement theology was very anti-Semitic. But now the worst thing is people within the Torah lifestyle being anti-Semitic. That's crazy to me. And, the more I keep going in this, the more and more and more I'm not liked, because I am for Israel no matter what. I know one thing. When I learn about the grand covenants, when I learn about the unilateral covenants of God, and he gave a grant, a gift, and the gifts of God are irrevocable, I understood that regardless of whether Israel behaves themselves the way they're supposed to, which I agree that homosexuality and idolatry should not exist in Israel. I get it. I understand that. But even though their abomination is there, God will cleanse the land. But the land still belongs to the people. And I understand that if I turn against the land, I'm turning against the one who gave it to them. And I'd rather be disliked by the world and supporting the land because the land belongs to God. And as long as I obey and I support God's gift, I'm okay, even if the world hates me, because I'm seeking the pleasing the Lord. Does that make sense? So therefore, right now, I'm willing to do whatever to support the people, support the land, and support the covenant, and never reject Yeshua. By the way, I don't need to reject Yeshua in order for me to do those things. Yes. Right. To retain, yes. But they don't want to. The liberals here, they don't want to go back. They're defending Hamas. Now, I'm willing to go back. The problem is they want to ask me to reject Yeshua. I'm not doing that. I can still observe the Torah. I can still follow this. I can still teach the temple. I can still do all that stuff. But I am not ever rejecting Messiah, my best friend, who allowed me the door to enter into the covenant. Now to reject him for what? Because I know that when he returns, he will take us to the land and God will give us the inheritance. How do I know? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 47. And this is what Paul knew, by the way. Paul understood this. Watch. Ezekiel chapter 47. Are you enjoying today? Yes. In a way, it's kind of nice. A little bit more like personal, right? Okay, Ezekiel. Chapter 47. I'm going to read it for you in a second. Verse 21 to verse 23. What does it say? Watch this. It says, "And you shall divide the land for yourselves according to the tribes of Israel. And then you shall allocate it as an inheritance for yourselves and for the aliens dwelling as aliens in the midst of you, who have children in the midst of you, so that they shall be to you just like full citizens among the Israelites. With you they shall be allotted with an inheritance in the midst of the tribes of Israel. And then in the tribe in which an alien who is with you dwells, there you shall give his inheritance, declares the Lord." So guess what? When Messiah returns all of us to the land, then once we're in the land, we're going to have an inheritance. I know where I want to live. I already know. I already know where I want to be. It just so happened to be the area where Itamar and Gideon and also Eliezer were buried. I want to live in Itamar. Itamar is overlooking the Mount of Blessing, the Mount of Cursing. Overlooking the valley where Abraham walked when he came from Mesopotamia. overlooking the valley that Jacob took to go to Laban's house, overlooking the valley that they walked when Israel came back from Egypt, overlooking the valley where all our forefathers walked through. I know I want to live. If God gives me the honor to be there and to be part of the kingdom, hopefully I find favor that He will give me a little piece of land, and I'll do my best to protect it. I'm willing to do it now. If I'm given the opportunity, I'm willing to do it now. And I don't need citizenship. If they don't accept me as a citizen, I don't care. But I'm willing to defend the land. Even at my 58 years old, I'm willing to do something to defend the land. Because I know that if I defend the land, I'm not defending the government whether I like them or not. I'm defending the gift that God gave Israel. And I know that comes with a blessing. Amen? Well, the Lord bless you and keep you guys. I hope that today's teaching was different and was full of information that you can consider next year when you do Shavuot. Think differently. When you look at Acts chapter 2, now when you read the chapter, I guarantee you, when you read it, let's go there real quick to finish it up. Watch this. Now remember what's happening. And this is what I do with my teachings, right? When you read Acts 2, you never think about... Now, so when the day of Pentecost have come, remember the day of Pentecost is there, and they've been bringing their first fruits. So the city is bustling, and there's a lot of thousands of people, and there's from everywhere. The dispersion is there. The Parthians came into a peace with the Romans, which allowed the people from the east to come. You know, there's the Roman Empire is open for free access of the Jews to come to Jerusalem, and you see the evidence. So it says, when the day of Pentecost have come, and they were all together in the same place, and suddenly a sound like a violent rushing wind came from heaven and filled the whole house when they were sitting. Well, I mean, I don't understand. 3,000 people can fit in the first century house? Guys, this is a temple. The house, if you go to Ezekiel chapter 43, verse 10, it says, show the house to the house of Israel. The temple, Beit Hamikdash, the house of the presence. It's an idiom for the temple. Okay? And it says, and divided tongues like fire appeared to them and rested on each one of them. And they were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in all the languages as the Spirit gave them the ability to speak out. Now, when there were Jews residing in Jerusalem, devout men from nations under heaven, when the sound occurred, the crowd gathered and was in confusion. But each one was hearing them speaking their own language. And they were astounded and astonished, saying, behold, are not all these speaking Galileans? How do we hear each one of us in our own language? Parthians, Medes, Elamites, Mesopotamians, Judeans, Cappadocia, Pontus, Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, Egypt, and parts of Libya, Cyrene, and the Romans who were in town. Both Jews and proselytes, Cretans and Arabs, we heard them speaking in our own languages, the great deeds of God. So they were not languages like people think today. They were actually languages, not unknown tongues. And all were amazed and greatly perplexed, saying to one another, how can this be? But the others jeered and said, oh, they're full of sweet wine. So you read this, and you're thinking, well, wait a minute, what's going on in the temple when this is happening? The Levites are singing, the people are coming in. And that's what I like to do. I like to fill in the story and the narrative to let you know what's going around in the story, where they are. I'm following. Basically, what I'm following is the whole methodology. Remember the methodology that I showed you in the beginning? So when I study and I share and I read that stuff, I'm actually thinking like this. I'm going through every step. When I look at a chapter, I'm thinking, okay, let me look into this stuff. And that's how I'm able to make these connections. Amen? Well, guys, thank you so much. And I pray that was edifying to you today, and all of you who are online, thank you for joining us. And consider going to wisdomandtorah.com. Study with me for a little bit. You have nothing to lose. Give me 1 year. Okay? And see if the Lord would give you something different. All right? And then consider also going to Israel with me in December. December, okay? To the 22nd. December 8th to the 22nd, we're going to take a tour to Israel in English. And then we're going to do in November in Spanish. So I pray that you can come with me to Israel. Let me show you the land, okay? For the land is very good. Also, in May of next year, we're going to have a temple course. Temple course, May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Orlando, Florida. Come to that course. We're going to be doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be teachings all day long about the temple. And we're going to probably focus on Jewish eschatology. Especially now, we need to know what's going on. Okay? Así que, may the Lord bless you and keep you guys, Pastor. Thank you for having me.